Way, it's showtime. It is showtime. Are we live? I do believe we are. Let me unboomer myself. Way, hello everybody. What's today's date? It is Wednesday, 12th of February, 2020. What is it? 5? Yes. Soon be Valentine's Day, everybody. The happiest day in the year for lonely types. So never mind. Should we get the guest out? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Yeah, last minute stream, folks. Last minute. No ruin, by the way. He's at where is it? Goodison Park, watching his beloved Everton play somebody. God knows. Last time, I do believe. What's it called? The Everton ground. Brains fucked. Is closing after today. Last game at Goodison Park. Anyway, let's get the guest out. Okay. First up, help desk, internet, office furniture, good with numbers, etc. Internet help desk.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, pretty good. Nice couple of days, just chilling out, going to work, and then everything going completely insane. And I come here to relax.
Yes, Goodison. Brain's gone. So you're very well, my friend.
Yeah, pretty good so far. Just been an interesting start of the week. Half terms next week for all of those parents, so it's going to be even worse.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Indeedy.
Damn. Brian, you're coming on. Desk, it's great to have you on, mate. Shall we get the next peep out?
Go for it.
Okay, what a selection it is too. Okay. Let me see. Deeply of Sir Melvin Shire. Wee.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm with the BBC. How do you do?
Not bad. You okay? Yes, everything tickety-boo in Deeply land?
I am wonderful. Everything is wonderful.
Everything is wonderful.
Yeah, I don't have anything witty to say.
How's
Once upon
Atwell
a time in
today?
Hollywood is shit. Haley Atwell looks like an unattractive.
Do you know, it would probably take me weeks to do the in-depth slides for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But it just might be worth it.
Yeah, I won't be playing
for you to suffer. We can handcuff you to the stream with matchsticks holding your eyes.
Like
open.
What do you call it?
Orange.
Yeah, Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, Melvin, it's great to have you on. Shall we? Okay, it's not then. Shall we get the next peep outs?
As long as it's somebody good.
You know what I'm going to do, don't you? Good night, everybody. Take care. Okay. Somebody good, you say? Damn. Hobson's choice here, folks. Okay. Tell you what. Hello, Ed. And he's muted.
Sorry, because I was eating. I didn't want to.
Oh, what are you eating?
Popcorn.
Bitter?
Hello. No, sweet.
Not salty.
It's not even Doritos. He's rubbish.
I ran out of Doritos, mate.
I think today. Melvin, I think you've been knighted. Sir
Melvin of Atwell.
Are you well, Ian?
Yeah, doing okay. I had a hard day today working, but apart from that,
what are you working on, mate?
Just the usual corporate rubbish.
Not Rebecca Platinum.
No, not Rebecca Gold. Not yet, anyway. Almost done with that, so I'll keep going.
Ian, it is great to have you on. It's good
to be here.
Shall we get the next body on?
we shall get the It's a Puppet
Okay,
out.
that's a clue, everybody. Also, Headley Lesland. Wait,
Squarehead.
wait, you all right?
Well, I'm
Price-
roundhead, so not a square head.
Does a round head fit into a square head?
I don't think it does.
Do you get
You
to
tried.
choose?
You tried though, didn't you?
Did I try?
You did try.
No, I don't think so.
Why not? Is she not an attractive lady? This Miss Headland?
Can I answer for price?
You're going to?
Go ahead. Yes, Melvin, answer.
He wasn't interested because she looked too much like Haley Atwell, that big square head on her.
Right. But,
Damn.
much like Melvin, just like Melvin thinks about Margot Robbie, I thought she was mid.
One day, right, if Ian gets very powerful, he's going to have Haley on and
What?
Haley on this
You know,
stream.
should
With Melvin.
be an ancient Peggy Carter by the time that happens.
You know
So
something?
Price, yes.
I like Haley Atwell. I don't know what's wrong. Like I kind of like her. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. She's not like the number one on my list, but she doesn't look bad.
There you go. Go on, Melvin.
She looked good in First Avenger, didn't she? Really
I
hot.
think so. Yeah, that's that certainly helps when I think about.
No,
her.
that's when Melvin doesn't like her from that period.
She's.
Bit of a.
I often wonder who was the first explorer to circumnavigate her.
Good night, everybody. Shall we say good evening, chats? Hello, 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 hello. We should, yes,
Hello.
we really should have finished off that program. What was it? Skeleton Crew? Never mind.
Oh well.
It wasn't
missing
meant to
much.
be.
Yeah, they all die at the end. Don't worry about it.
We might get around to it eventually. You
And
know,
Star
it's-
Trek 6.
They all
that's
die at
all.
the end of that as well. Don't worry about it.
I think what I want to do with that, I think what I might do is just take down the streams and just kind of edit everything, and then we'll just do one stream trying to put it all to bed again.
Oh.
Yeah,
Again.
yeah, like we used to do in the old days. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
How on earth on a Saturday? How on earth I would get up, produce slides, and then stream on a night? I don't know how I did it.
We did First Blood in one night. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I did the slides. I watched the film, did the slides, did the stream in one night, and probably had the musings at the beginning of it as well.
Well, I think it's because we have too many people on and they talk, and then so that's what stretches it out. So we never ever get.
Have we got too many people on now, do you think?
No, well, this is the right amount.
Oh, right, that's okay. I was going to boot you.
Very funny.
Very funny.
What was it you done on one night? Sorry,
A First Blood.
First Blood. They all die at the end of that, you know.
No, they don't.
In the book,
Nothing is over.
In the book, Rambo got killed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. And the original cut, he got killed as well. But they
Did he?
They swapped it. Yeah, they swapped it. Swapped it around.
It's a good job. That would have made Rambo 2 a lot more dull.
Yeah,
It
without
would have
him.
been a zombie movie. It would have been great.
Not true.
James
It's good.
Cameron wrote that one, didn't he? The second one.
Yeah. It's good when Stallone is crying about his mate Johnny in Vietnam. Look how about his fucking legs. His fucking legs are fucking brilliant. Love it.
I know.
Remember that?
Walk it off. You'll be fine.
But that
Ah.
that stunt's amazing. So the stunt guy's on the rock face and he jumps and he falls into the tree. That was kind of done for real, man. That's crazy ass stunt.
Yeah, that was. That's the first one. That was.
Yeah, First Blood.
That was a great film.
When he
It was
sews his arm up. Fantastic.
There was nothing like it for that time. That was the first film like that. And then you just had a load of straight to VHS Vietnam veteran films with Chuck Norris and things.
Yeah. What was that one called where he was Mission in Action? That was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah.
What was the one when it ate the rat?
I can't remember that one. I can't remember what it was called. I don't know. He was good though. I like Chuck Norris.
Missing in Action and Delta Force.
Missing in Action 2.
But before then, the Hollywood really liked him because he did that Code of Silence, didn't he? And that was a true Hollywood film, that one. You ever
Yeah.
see Code of Silence before he went into the canon thing? So yeah,
He
interesting.
was very good at the canon thing.
Yeah.
don't
who
think
was
Canon made great movies.
Superman 4? What a movie! Who remembers Blade Runner?
Never heard of it.
Yeah. we always threaten to do that, don't we? Blade Runner.
Blade Runner was about like a Vietnam veteran who thought everybody was robots because he was distressed and had PTSD, and he was running up and down the street killing people he thought was robots. Is that the one?
That's the one.
You're right. Tell you what, look here.
No, Archer Collin. There was one of them Vietnam films with Chuck Norris where he was captured and they tied him up. He was standing upright with his hands above his head, and they put a bag over his head and they put a rat in the bag.
Yeah,
And then
which one was that one?
Yeah, after they took the bag off and the rat was gone.
Yet it.
Yeah. Unless it was hiding in his ear or something.
Yeah. Blade Runner. I do remember going to see this film and being so excited, and I remember coming out. Thinking, I remember coming out thinking, "What a load of shit!" Seriously, I came out of that film thinking, "What a load of shit!"
Really?
I was so bored watching that film. Yeah, because the first time I watched it, you know what, right? So we used to have this magazine called Starburst before the age of the internet, and they put an advert out on Starburst saying, "Cut this thing out, the magazine. Get to the cinema at 9 o'clock, and you'll be able to see Blade Runner for free." So when we got there, there was a queue. It was going right round the corner. So we queued up because they were playing in every cinema. There was like 6 cinemas in the cinema. So they're playing everything. So we eventually got there and sat there. I was so excited. Harrison Ford, gun, flying ships. It's got to be cool. Sat there, was so bored watching it. And then came out thinking, what did I just watch? But then years later, obviously.
How many years later did you think?
About 10 years later, when I saw it on TV and I suddenly realized it was a good film. You know, as a kid though, you think you'd be given Star Wars or something like that. Because
I feel you. I went through a similar process. I think when I was young, the first time I watched it, I was expecting Harrison Ford spaceships. I was thinking Han Solo and kind of a solo adventure. And then you see this movie, and if that's what you're expecting, you really do, are disappointed. But like you said, years later, I watched it, and then I also thought to myself, this is a quality movie. It's just, you have to have the right expectations going into it.
Yeah.
I still will say that I don't know if it's as great as some people claim it is. I think that it got a lot of things right, and I like its version of the future, and I like a lot of the concepts and ideas. But there's people that like that movie more than I like it, even though I like it. Just there's people that are more excited about it.
I think a lot of people like it because the visuals were so unique for its time, and
Absolutely.
that's the thing I remember when I first saw
like
it. Yeah, like the visuals when I first saw it, and I thought to myself, "That's so amazing the way they did all that stuff." And I think it's because of that and nostalgia that people really like. And I agree with you, right? It's a good film, but man, I can't sit through that again. It is so dull. It's
a good
dull.
film. Watch it every now and again. Get the headphones on. Great sound. Vangelis.
I seen this for the first time on VHS at my granny's because we were too poor for a video player, and loved it the very first time I seen it. So when was this made? 82.
82.
I think so.
82, yeah.
So I probably would have seen it in 82 then, I suppose.
I think it's probably 83 came out because I watched the same video. And
so what age was I in 83? Help me out, Brian. What age was I in 83?
82.
When I seen this, then I would have been 11, coming on 12.
11 coming on 12.
And I loved it the first time I've seen it, and I've seen it about 20 times, and I loved it every time. It's
bogged.
Fantastic film.
We're not
this
that
was
bogged. We're going to.
It's in the.
Go on, you go.
No, you go.
I was going to say, you think it's bogged now? We're going to start quoting Tears in the Rain speeches.
We're in 2025.
And we still haven't got flying cars. I can't believe it. Damn it.
COVID was coming out as well.
Yeah.
Was it kind of prophesizing November 2019?
You know why we don't have flying cars? You know why, right?
Why?
Putin.
Yeah. On a more positive note, wrenched. Finally, I agree with Melvin on something.
Great minds.
It's taken you, 2 years, but worth it.
I remember my one of my friends had a spinner, a model, and you know, you look at that model and you think, wow, it's a really pretty good model. I could play with that all day. I remember he had it was quite big, the spinner model that he had, and he wouldn't let anyone touch it. I don't blame him, actually. It was a very good model.
Brother.
Sorry? No, it wasn't my brother, it was my
No,
friend.
it wouldn't let your brother touch it.
Yeah.
That's a very, very iconic picture, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah. But all this was done physically. It was compositive, and it was also models and stuff, wasn't it? It was all models. Doug Trumbull was in charge of the effects in this film. He did a great job.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Corridor Crew have done a breakdown of how it was all done. You got everything from sort of like painting on glass over actual
matte
sets
shots
and things. It's beautiful.
Lens flare.
Yeah, matte
When it
shots,
was
lens
good,
flare. Yeah,
Very,
and that was like a
close
6 foot
accounts.
model, wasn't it? 6 foot model. Yeah, he did close accounts.
Sword in the Storm, Bog. Okay. Shall we change the subject? Because we'll do. We will listen. I promise we'll tackle Blade Runner at some point. It's been sat on my computer now for when was the 40th?
I don't know.
2022.
22.
So it's been sat on my computer for
3 years.
We'll do the 43rd anniversary.
Do you know this
useless bastard? Sorry.
Oh no! Just before you lose that picture, can you put that picture up again? When you look at that building, how many people live in that building? Look how many lights. It must be millions of people living in that building. Jesus Christ!
It's like Judge Dredd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like where the blocks in the mega city have like 50,000 people each in them or something like that.
Blade Runner, Judge Dredd would be a good crossover.
There were a lot of comparisons at the time because I was a big Judge Dredd fan back then.
Yeah. James WWW. Only VHS tape I completely wore out.
And have you seen the quality of the films on VHS? I put one on recently. Oh my God, the picture's awful. Raiders of the Lost Ark I put on VHS, and it was in 4:3, and I was watching it on my old TV. How could we watch films like that? The quality was so bad.
Is it really that bad?
Well,
yeah,
it's all like 320p, and even a basic screen now is 1080.
The other thing is, back in the day. Sorry. Let me. I think I cut you off.
You go. You're fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I also had friends, and we'd copy each other's tapes with 2 videos. So I'd have like a 3rd generation VHS, which was already crappy quality, on a crappy TV with what you were saying that's like 320p or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, we made a lot of compromises during those days.
But did we care? Did we? Ook?
No, we didn't care.
Melvin Deeply wrenched, not for much longer, at James WWW. For Brune, it was, sorry, no, that's for Mega Geek. It was, I can't quit you, Ian.
I can't quit you. He didn't, did he actually say, he didn't say it that way, did he? No,
Who,
did
me?
he? No, in the film.
Melvin, you've
never
seen it?
I've never seen it.
I
felt bad for the horses I couldn't watch.
You told me that you wore out the DVD. Of Brokeback Mountain.
Who was the 2 girls in Brokeback Mountain? One of them got their tits out, right?
What?
So there was 2 famous girls in Brokeback Mountain. And
no, you're talking my language.
Which one it was that got
Sword
her tits out?
In the
Sienna
Storm.
Miller? Sienna Miller was in it? Well, no.
It was the dark-haired girl. Can't remember who it was.
Sword in the Storm wrenched. Bogged.
Anne Hathaway was in it, wasn't she?
That's it.
What?
Anne
Hathaway.
got her boobies out, in that
Yeah,
film.
Catwoman. Yeah.
Here you go.
All
Flav.
for naught though, because he didn't even like her boobs.
No, he didn't.
He wasn't even interested. The one time she pulls him out, he didn't even like it. He was like Melvin.
Here you go, folks. Flav
Apologise.
Wrench, World of
Apologise.
Sports. We had a remote control VHS. The remote was a controller on a cable, which was about 2 meters long. So did we. Can I
That
tell
was
you go on.
Ferguson TriStar, wasn't it?
Hitachi we had.
Oh,
Can I tell you a very boring story?
Go on in. You're gonna.
So, first VHS, we decided that we were going to buy one. And back in the day, you didn't buy them outright, did you, Ian?
You rented them.
You either rented them or had them on HP or something.
Yes.
So we went to Curry's in Castleford and we decided to buy the Hitachi top loader VHS. I think it was top loader. Was it top loader? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it had the long cable remote. And obviously we were buzzing because we were getting the our first VHS player. We had some of the video nasties at home waiting to be played. Got home, set it all up. Dead. Wouldn't work.
Really?
Dead.
Wow.
Wouldn't work. So we had to wait until, because obviously Saturday, shops weren't open Sunday back then. So we had to wait while Monday to sort it out. Fucking the disappointment of a 13-year-old boy, me.
Wow. I remember getting a pirate copy of Batman because in those days I used to work for a post-production company as a graphics artist. So I remember a friend of mine said, "Oh, I've got this copy, they're copying Batman." And this is before the film was released. And I said to him, "Oh, get me a copy. And I had to wait for 2 hours outside one of the post-production houses. It was like waiting for drugs or something. He came out with his black plastic bag and he was looking around and he gave it to me.
Oh yeah, be analog copying back then, wouldn't it? So if it was a 2-hour movie, you had to wait 2 hours for it to
tape.
Yeah. Those were the days, mate. Those were the days.
Look at it now. You can get a whole DVD sent through the wires in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's true.
Technology, brilliant.
Indeed.
Back in there, brilliant. Okay. We've got a small presentation. Do we want to do small presentation type thing?
Yeah. Why not?
Sword and Storm. Wrenched. Memories.
I think it was pronounced Memorex.
Is it live or is it Memorex? Yeah. Who had all the Scotch tapes? Was it Scotch?
That's right.
Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade
You also had different times. You could do like SP or LP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I sometimes did LP.
TV.
And then the quality would be even worse.
Yes.
In some cases, I would have like a copy from a friend that got it from some other friend. And then I would do it on LP where I could stick 2 movies on. You weren't thinking quality in those days. You were just saying, how can I get the most amount of entertainment on these few tapes that I have?
I remember, right?
Who had ET?
No, that's what I was about to say.
I know you were. I was like watching through a fucking snowstorm.
ET was like a difficult one to get, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, seriously, my copy of ET was really good, as good as it can be on VHS. I told this story before. We used to have this guy named Ray. He used to come around this big suitcase full of tapes, right, like VHS and Betamax tapes, and one of them was ET. Right, and there was this big controversy at the time that ET was getting pirated. It was on TV and everything, and he gave me this copy of ET, and it wasn't bad actually. It was a really good copy. And I went to school because we had a video club in the secondary school, and I said to the teacher, "Look, I've got ET. Can I screen it for the students?" This is before the film was released and everything, and they said to me, "You got a pirate copy." Because I know we can't do that, the school, we'll get in trouble with the school. But then they decided, okay, show it to the students. So we showed it. Like that, the classroom was packed, and we had those 2 TVs back to back. You remember those TVs? You had to open the wooden doors and
with the wheels,
with the wheels,
TV's great,
We showed it, and the kids just loved it, and they wanted to see it again. But to my surprise, all the teachers were asking me for a copy. Every one of them.
Of course.
I think, Mega Geek, you owe Steven Spielberg an
Spielberg,
apology
yeah.
and some
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
royalties. You send him a check
do.
for a tenner and and say you're sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go on, go for Fat Lobber first.
No, go on.
All right.
Go
fine.
on.
Way back in the day, I actually managed to pirate videos accidentally, because in the UK there are some bars that are off the top of the screen that are copy protection, and if you try
Yes.
copy video to video, it absolutely knackers the picture quality and the sound.
Aliens was the first one to have that, by the
Yeah,
way.
and it was macro vision, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It was sort of like the top 5 lines. I accidentally found out that my video player, the tracking, you could set it so it actually moved the top 5 lines to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
And so you could actually then copy a video with no issues, except just this weird random stuff at the bottom of the screen.
Some clever person soon brought out a little box that what could get by the macrovision. I think Aliens was the first movie to have that.
It was sold though. So we used to get those magazines in the old days, you know, the electronic magazines, and they had adverts for these machines.
Yep.
They can bypass that. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, you didn't actually need one of those machines, because if you had a composite connection, you know, your standard yellow pin thing that you shove in, rather than aerial connection, or a SCART connection, it never copied those top lines anyway.
Did we have SCART back then?
Oh no,
that was later on.
That was in the 90s.
I asked the chat first VHS movie. I think my first VHS movie was Sword in the Stone.
Oh, is that a Disney film?
Young Teacher, or was that something else?
No, that is actually the name of the first ever VHS released.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Did not know that.
Panel first VHS that you can think you saw?
It's probably something Disney, Mr. B, she says. Do you know what, right? I the very first video we got, and it wasn't VHS, it was Betamax, was Enter the Dragon. We actually bought it, Enter the Dragon.
I think I know mine. I just remembered. What was that Angie Dickinson movie from the early?
Oh, the one Michael Caine dressed up like a woman.
Yeah. That was my first ever VHS experience. Once we got the shitty Hitachi sorted, because the neighbours lent us it. Dressed to Kill.
Dressed to Kill. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first ever VHS film.
It was a good film, actually. Dressed to Kill.
Anybody else? Debbie.
Debbie does. Debbie
I think that was definitely. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I have.
Oh, look at that! Sword in the Storm, right? Mine was probably one of the Star Wars. Get in. Panel.
I'm feeling my first VHS was probably Blues Brothers.
I love
we had fantastic.
We had the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, great.
I think I still got it somewhere.
Drew Gordon wrenched. Hello, my friend. Yeah, this is it. Dressed to Kill.
Brian De Palma. Yeah.
My first ever VHS experience.
Great director.
Flav.
Yeah, it was.
Wrenched Woollerspot. Betamax Superior.
It was.
Marketing.
Yeah, unfortunately, VHS was.
Marketing.
Yeah. Do you remember we used to go into those tape stores, and on one end you had Betamax tapes, and the other end you had VHS. Yeah, that was great.
Okay, Price, first VHS movie you saw that you can think you remember, if you can remember.
He's too young. He was alive when DVDs were around. That's what he was.
I was around when there was VHS. That's
was you?
Yes. I'm trying to think for a second. The first VHS that I had, or the first VHS
film?
What you
or
watched?
the first that I watched?
Yeah.
Well, before I had a VHS, I had I had friends, and they had E.T. The only problem with E.T., with their version of E.T., is that for some reason, whoever gave it to them did like a glitch in the transfer. It was missing like 15 minutes of the movie.
What?
So there would just be like a jump from one part, and it was really important. You know what I mean? Things that are really important to the movie just are gone.
Well, like the death scene.
No, it's not the death scene, and it's not the thing with the bicycle and all that. But
is he still on Earth? Because the ending was missing.
No, you get the ending, but I think the whole part. There's a really important part that, like in the middle, that's just sort of maybe 15 or 20 minutes are gone. So that's how I kept seeing E.T. at these friends over and over again without the 20 minutes. Today, like I haven't watched it in a while. Probably if I watched it today, there's certain scenes that would suddenly surprise me. because I've seen it so many times where the scene's missing.
Here you go, folks. Punchable Face, Wrenched. Hello, my friend. I've got complete collection of The World at War on VHS.
Wow, that was that ITV or BBC?
Yeah. Laurence Olivier. Yeah, really good. That.
Well,
really good.
Don't tell us what happens at the end.
Yeah, spoilers.
You know, I went to see I think it was the 40th anniversary of ET, and do you know what? It's very, very grainy. The actual, because it was the original that they showed, not the ones with the walkie-talkies or anything like that. Okay. You'd be surprised how grainy that film really is, and Close Encounters as well is very grainy.
Has he paid the phone bill yet?
Not yet.
That's why he died, wasn't it? E.T.
He came back to life, didn't he?
He got the phone bill. That's why he died.
Brilliant.
Melvin, did you say your first VHS?
I don't remember. That was too long ago.
It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
But I'm thinking. I really don't know. I mean, it could have been something like somebody said Escape from New York or Monty Python's Life of Brian or something like that.
Yeah, I think if the VHS hadn't have broken, I probably wouldn't have remembered. But a combination.
So, here's a question. Here's a question to you guys. What did you used to tape from TV on your VHS players? Because I remember my parents, we had to tape Dallas for them. Like BBC One, 9 o'clock every Thursday, I think it was. We had to tape that and make sure that they got their episode of Dallas. I remember that. But other stuff I can't remember what I taped from TV.
I remember what I taped because I was the only one who figured out how to use the timer on the video. So I used to
Doctor Who.
not actually, but it was BBC. It was
No, I'm talking about figuring out the timer. It's like they've got the TARDIS. You figure that out, that's it. You're a time lord.
No, because I went to a kids club thingy, like Scouts, that sort of thing, on a Friday evening. So I'd miss out on all the Friday evening TV. So I'd have the recorder set up to record things like you had Thunderbirds. And then stuff like Tomorrow's World, and then you'd go into sort of like the evening, and you'd have the Friday Night Armistice, Spitting Image, that sort of thing. Yeah, sort of like all that group, all on a Friday evening, and I'd never be at home, so I'd set the tape recorder up to flick the channels and actually record it all. So I'd watch it on Saturday when I had nothing else to do.
Spitting Image, I remember. We never used to tape it though, but I thought we used to watch
7:30 BBC One on a Friday.
Was it? No, it was ITV, was it?
Sorry, ITV, yeah.
Yeah, it was ITV, yeah. Spitting Image.
Just after Tomorrow's World, which was 7 o'clock on BBC One.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I recorded it. I forgot the times. But, yeah.
Those were the days.
When I was a student, somebody broke into my student gaff and stole my VHS player. Bastards.
Oh, really? They stole your VHS?
Yeah, JVC.
They're actually really expensive now. Have you tried buying a video player recently?
The
no one makes them anymore. And if
I've still got mine.
The aerial connector was busted, so it kind of worked out well because we were insured. So
get a new one.
Okay, we have a presentation. Do we want to do the presentation?
Go for it.
VHS bore me to death.
Shall we talk about Haley Atwell then?
55 TBA, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe, donate the channel, super chats, etc. Channel memberships are open. Subs have gone down again.
Ooh, backdraft.
Okay. In honor of Sir Melvin, shall we do a little best Kurt Russell movie?
Why have you chosen Kurt Russell? Is he dead or something?
Melvin?
He hopes to be dead one day, I'm sure. He's still getting there.
Why did we pick
Kurt?
What is it with Kurt Russell, Melvin?
Kurt Russell is cool.
So
you
don't
But
like Haley, but you like Kurt Russell.
I don't want to bang him. Here's what it is with Kurt Russell, right? When you go with all the Hollywood stars we grew up with, they're all mostly pretty fucking rotten people, right?
Yeah.
Like Clint Eastwood, legend, horrible human being, treated all his women and his girlfriends like dirt. Yes. Sylvester Stallone treated people around him like dirt. You know.
Pretty good.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
good,
Arnold Schwarzenegger cheated on his wife. Everybody got caught doing something, but Kurt Russell never did. He was cool, and he was in a load of good movies, and he never got caught with his pants down, and he never got caught doing lines of cocaine, and he never got caught being shitty to anybody, and he's been with the same woman for 50 years.
He was doing Goldie Hawn, wasn't he?
He's still with Goldie Hawn since he was a young man.
Yeah.
And he's just, my opinion, a class act where everybody else, at least briefly, became an arsehole. He never did.
But you know why, though? He actually explained that, didn't he? He said, remember in one interview, he said that he realized that living in LA wasn't the best thing for him because he could see the corruption. So he picked up everything that he had and moved to Canada. And that's where he stayed.
Canadian. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he didn't really stay in LA for long. And then when he obviously persuaded Goldie Hawn to go with him. And yeah, and that's where they've been most of the time. They don't even live in LA at all. So
okay, then. So
maybe he's Trudeau's real dad.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm kind of dropping you on the spot, guys. So Backdraft, Internet Help Desk, thoughts?
It's a good movie. It really is. I mean, ultimately an investigation into the psychology of arsonists, let's be honest. And it's if you haven't seen it, you really should.
It's a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's his best.
No.
Incredibly good fire effects as well. Yeah. I think if I remember rightly, they were mostly practical.
Directed by Ron Howard, wasn't it?
Was this remade in 2025? Think about it.
I think they made a sequel at some point or something. I don't know.
It was a straight-to-video sequel. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't bother watching it. I think that it looked really cheap and stupid, so I didn't watch it.
Do you know, the only bit that sticks out in my mind on this film is the bit where Robert De Niro is telling off that guy. I don't know if you remember that scene. The last line he says to him, "Go home and think about it," and he rates this guy, and that's the only thing I remember. I remember he was an expert at fire, at how things caught fire. Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I know the brother died or something like that. The ending or something. I can't remember, but that's all I can remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, there's like an emotional ending at the end. I think one of the brothers, somebody dies, I think.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. You know, I like the movie. I remember watching it and I liked it, but some people like live by this movie. And I just thought it was a pretty good movie. I wonder, maybe I've seen it twice my whole life. It's not like a movie like I'll watch every 5 minutes.
I don't think I've seen snippets. I remember going to Universal Studios in LA and they had the Backdraft ride.
Was this
that was a thing?
Was this the movie where two people were shagging on top of the fire engine and it got called out?
Yeah, here you go. Manuel Grell, hello, my friend Wrenched. I saw Backdraft show at Universal Studios back in LA in the 90s. Yes, same here, mate.
Very cool.
Melvin, good movie, bad movie? Why'd you like it?
Good movie. I liked it because it was entertaining. Good cast. What else can I say? I didn't really like Donald Sutherland's character very much. I thought it was a bit pointless because it was, you know, they were questioning him, trying to get clues on who the arsonist was.
Yeah.
And it was like, why? Why are you asking this idiot in the loony bin who wasn't there and doesn't know anything? Who is like his, you know, like Clarice and talking to Hannibal the Cannibal. It's like Hannibal the Cannibal had some insight. This guy doesn't, because Robert De Niro was the fire inspector and he knew everything that Donald Sutherland told him anyway, or he, you know, would have figured it out. So Donald Sutherland's character was a bit pointless. They tried to make it a bit more interesting than it was. But aside from that, good movie.
Russell good in the movie, everybody?
Well, as far as I
he's
can tell,
good.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah, reliably good.
Okay. Do we want to do marks out of 10? Do we want to go that far? Des?
Nah.
IGN give it a 7.
Okay, so
I can't remember it.
So it's a 7 out of 10 movie then, yeah.
I'll give it a 7.7 out of 10.
Can't remember.
I'd say it's worth a watch. I enjoyed it. Admittedly, it hasn't been for a long time, but I remember enjoying it. It's got a Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
Really?
I'll give it a 7.4965227.
Even though I've never seen it, I'm going to give it 5.5. Okay. So that's Backdraft, everybody. Backdraft.
Escape from New York.
I've not seen this one.
1997.
I have.
I've seen it once. This is like considered a classic movie. A lot of people really like it. I saw it once, and I feel like I have to revisit it to properly evaluate it. I remember not disliking it, but I don't know if I like it as much as some people do.
Yeah, same thing with me as well. I remember watching it and thinking it's a bit slow. And when the action started, it was okay. And that was about it, really, for me.
Price, to say you don't like it as much as some people, you're going to have to give an example of these people, because you're not telling us anything. I don't like it as much as that guy over there, whom you do not know.
Not as much as Melvin loves.
It's a good movie, good 80s. It's like proper 80s film, isn't it? Like, just
but it wasn't. It moved us. It moved really slow, though. In my opinion,
really,
it needed to move faster. Yeah.
Mega Spider-Man wrenched. I've never seen it. What?
It's worth your time. It really worth your time.
It is. It's worth your time.
Yeah.
I feel about it the way I feel about it the way Melvin feels about Haley Atwell.
You wouldn't have sex with it?
So, Melvin, this obviously floats your boat. Yes?
Yeah. It's this.
Come on, what qualifies this as a really, really good movie? Then?
This was one of the early films of the 1980s that spawned a lot of copies, spawned a lot of silly, violent films that were shit, whereas this one was good. But what we had before this was, me anyway, was things that I liked, such as Star Trek and Buck Rogers and things like that, right? Which was basic kind of, what do you call it? Popcorn, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this here actually just got some serious violence in it, and it was fun. And it was something very, very different for me for that time.
Yeah.
Well, he directed Salt and Precinct 13, which I thought that was better than.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I seen that after this one. I seen Precinct 13.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Is that?
I liked Precinct better than Escape from New York. Although Escape from New York has that quality about it, that cool quality about it that Precinct didn't have, because obviously the main star is really cool. And Snake Plissken, come on, what a name!
Yeah. I can't ever remember seeing They Live.
It's okay. It's not that good. They Live.
Is this one what had Carpenter's missus in?
Yeah. Yes, at the time.
Yeah.
She got killed, you know? Yeah, she got killed.
It had Lee Van Cleef and Ernest Borgnine. And Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes was the Duke.
Yeah.
You know, good movie.
What's that? Who's the president in it again?
Ernest Borgnine. No, it wasn't Ernest Borgnine. Donald Pleasance. I get them two mixed up.
At the ending, when he gets the gun and he goes, "Who's that Jack?" And he starts shooting.
What does this mean? MGK84 wrenched. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah, that's from
They Live.
Roddy
Piper.
Help desk, any comments?
Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've actually seen it all the way through in one sitting before now.
It was always on ITV back in the day, literally every other week.
Yeah, they would have cut it to death, though.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones. The first bit, again, you were right. I think it was just quite slow. So I think I just probably got bored. But I watched the second half a bit later, which was good. And chases and the mines exploding and everything. It was all right. But I just need to actually sit down and watch the whole thing in one go.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
God will punish you if you don't watch it all in one go. You know that. That's a thing, right?
Do you know the bit where he's flying in the glider and then he has that little machine that shows the city in night scope?
Yeah.
Those days they didn't have CGI because I was watching the Corridor Crew. They literally painted the models with glowing lights and glowing paint, and that's how they achieved that, basically. So wow.
And the original TV version of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they were always cutting to some kind of screen that was a computer and it was showing you something.
Yeah,
that was all graphics. None of that was computer.
Incredible, hand drawn, amazing.
That was all like animated. Sorry,
just amazing. Okay, that's Escape from New York.
Big Trouble.
In Little China.
I don't know. I liked it, but then I watched it recently and I was like, did I really like this film?
Mega, why are you gay?
Why am I gay?
we did a tape to tape of this. I've seen this so many times, but not.
I don't know.
I mean, movie. Great.
I thought it was fun that he didn't. It's obvious that he didn't kill anyone or he was bluffing and stuff like that when I first saw it. Then when I watched it again, which was recently, tell you the truth, I think it was last year that I watched it. I was kind of okay. It's all right. I didn't think it was as great as when I first saw it. If you know what I mean. I don't know.
Wrenched. Mega Misery.
Yeah.
Well, you banged to rights, Ian.
I do like Kurt Russell was great in this film though.
Oh,
really good.
Everybody else?
Who was that Chinese girl in it? She was gorgeous.
Oh yeah, she was hot, wasn't she?
Yeah, so hot.
I don't think she was really Chinese, was she?
What was she then?
Well, the Wang's girlfriend.
Wang.
Yeah.
Wang. I don't know, but I mean, I don't think she was really Chinese, like the woman with the green eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think she was really Chinese.
Like a hybrid.
Looked a bit Chinese.
Well, Wang was the hero in it. It wasn't Kurt Russell. It was Wang.
That was Kurt Russell. Wang
the actress was called Susie Pai. She's American.
Oh, okay.
She was also Penthouse Pet of the Month in 1981.
It's all in the reflexes. I remember that line.
Amelia Bedelia. Mega, why are you gay? Why are
what's
you
her
gay?
name? Kim Cattrall. She was pretty hot.
She's hot. She's very hot in that film.
Sun and Storm Ranch. Her name was Tai Ming. Very good. Very good. Desk.
I have seen it a long time ago, and it is a very silly movie. It's sit there with popcorn, suspend disbelief. There's sorcerers and curses and sewers and guns. It's all right. It's just you have a drink, sit down, watch. Quite nice. But I couldn't tell you much about it.
It was a big flop though when it was released. I mean, I can't remember who put 20th Century Fox that they were really disappointed with Carpenter because they thought it was going to be a big hit and it really didn't click with the American audience at all.
Here we go. Sorry, just reading. It grossed 11 million in North America.
What was their budget?
I can't actually see that, but it was estimated to get 25 million. Oh, sorry. No, 25 million was the budget, and it only got 11 million in North America.
Numbers
upside down.
On the DVD commentary is John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, and they both say that they never made any money from it.
Yeah.
Neither of them got paid.
Wow. Crazy. But the thing about John Carpenter, he was way ahead of his time. He made films that later on got appreciated even more, like with this one. Halloween was a big hit. That's what got him started. All the films that he made later, they appreciate it now more so.
He made cult movies. It's like almost all of his films was a cult movie.
No, sometimes it's difficult to be ahead of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I know it too. It happens to me all the time.
Do you remember in Salton Precinct 13, they had this actress called, I can't remember, her name was Kim. She was in Escape to Witch Mountain. She was the blonde girl in Escape to Witch Mountain. Do you remember that scene in it where she was ordering an ice cream? Anybody in Salton Precinct 13?
Oh, it's been a long time
and the
since
guy
I've seen
comes
it.
out with a gun and shoots her in the chest. That was in the Salton Precinct 13. And I just thought,
They
wow,
wouldn't do that anymore.
you'd
Would they?
never do that today. It's like this little girl asking for ice cream. She must have been about 12 or something. And the guy comes out and shoots her in the chest. And
Damn.
literally, there's no cut or anything. You see her get shot.
She should have said, please.
What do you know? What flavor ice cream was it? Do you know?
I can't remember.
Yeah, better write it down. Don't ask for
Did they
that
have
one.
raspberry juice on?
Oh, the actress was called Kim Richards.
That's
Yeah,
it,
there you
Kim
go. Archer.
Richards, yeah.
Cheers, Archer. Cheers, Colin.
Yeah, she got shot
Oh, yeah.
in the film. I was quite really surprised when I first saw that. I was like, whoa.
Here you go. Wrenched. Yes, right at the beginning. Mega.
Yeah.
It is horrific.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
God, I've not seen that in a long time. I might need to visit India.
Then they remade it with Lawrence Fishbone, as I call him. And I can't remember, is it Ethan Hawke? Lawrence Fishbone and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, it got remade, didn't it?
It was terrible, the remake.
Never saw the remake.
Yeah.
I didn't see the point of it.
Really tired of remakes.
Oh, it was early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That one passed me by completely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Big Trouble, everybody. Great movie. Didn't make a brass bean at the box office. But
Little China.
did it make its money back on VHS? Do we know?
Probably.
Probably.
So it made no money at the box office, but VHS, DVDs, streaming.
The problem with
movies.
Carpenter is that he used to slag off a lot of people, including influential directors.
Oh,
And
okay.
so that's why he didn't really get that far. He was lucky to get the jobs that he got. But I don't think Hollywood liked him much at all.
I'm looking at Carpenter's filmography. After Big Trouble in Little China, everything's listed as independent.
Yeah.
So he must have either been kicked out of Hollywood or left at this point.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Well, they did give him a shot in The Thing. The Thing was a Hollywood picture, wasn't it? So
that was a
flop as
failure,
well,
but
wasn't it?
Before
maybe
this,
his
though, yeah.
best
Before
movie.
this.
Yeah,
it was a failure.
such a great movie, though.
Okay, Big Trouble in Little China.
I've got I'm going to be a guest on a stream doing The Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah, Niat's channel. It's going to be the end of next month, I think. We're talking The Thing.
We covered that.
Didn't they say this film was linked with Blade Runner or something like that? It's linked with some other film with the same universe or something like that. Somebody said. I can't remember. I haven't seen this film at all.
Poll is running, everybody.
What do you choose? What do you choose?
Okay, vote for your favourite. I think what we'll do is top two go through, folks. Backdraft, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China,
Soldier is another one that was a good movie that didn't seem to do very well. A lot of people at the time, I remember, my sister bought the DVD and she hated it and she gave it to me and I thought it was great.
Haven't seen it.
Good
I
cast
haven't
as well.
seen it either.
Should get around to it, I guess.
You should watch it. You should watch it. It's really good.
I like Tango and Cash.
Oh, I love Tango and Cash.
But we're talking about Soldier.
What a great movie that was.
We're talking about Soldier.
Not much to say about Soldier because I haven't seen it. Only Melvin's
I
seen
haven't seen it either.
Go on, Melvin. You want to be the
We can't
panelist
talk about
over.
Tango and Cash because I don't dance. But I would tango for cash though.
Which one's Cash?
I
Was it Sylvester Stallone? Was it Sylvester Stallone? It must be.
Can't remember.
Probably.
I think it's probably Tango. He's probably Tango.
Georgius Rex, my friend. Kurt Russell playing a Terminator. Is that correct?
He's not a robot. He's a super soldier.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then they bring in these new super soldiers to replace him.
So this is it's Blade Runner then, or Universal Soldier it's connected to?
I don't
Just
know.
just watch it. I don't want to spoil it for you. Just watch it. It's really good. It's really good. You
connected
will
to
enjoy
Blade
it.
Runner.
Blade Runner.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because there is
Sylvester Stallone is Tango, by the way, and Kurt Russell is Cash.
All right. So I wouldn't mind getting off with Tango's sister. Put it that way.
That
What's
was
the name? What was the name, wasn't it?
Terry
That was
Hatcher in like
Yeah.
one of her early roles, and she looks very good in that movie.
Is so MGK84 Wrench, so Paul W.S. Anderson did he direct this?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Okay. Melvin, have you got these movies?
I have some of them, but I could get all of them.
Any chance of visiting Blockbuster in India? Apparently they're still open in Blockbuster still have branches in India. Do you know that, folks?
They still have branches in England as well. You do realise that there's 2 left in the whole, just outside London.
Yeah,
Apparently,
but there's no tapes.
no, there are tapes in there. There are tapes, mate.
What?
Yeah, tapes and DVDs.
DVDs. I doubt it'll be tapes these days.
Well, according to one thing I read on the internet, they do have a limited amount of tapes, VHSs.
That's rubber. There's still a Blockbuster in Nome. No,
right.
Nome.
I thought that one closed down.
Alaska.
I'm sure there was
Oh,
a recent
go.
article about the last Blockbuster in the US shutting down.
Here you go, folks. Right, atmosphere analysis. Assault on P13 is on YouTube at the moment. Nice.
It's a good film. If you get a chance to watch it, it's a really good film.
Sorry.
The amount of squibs they had in that film is unbelievable.
Could you put the link in the chat, please? Thank you, my friend.
Squids.
Yeah,
Squibs.
Squids. No way.
Yay.
squips. Yeah.
See this. Here we go. I did not know this story. Amelia Bedelia wrenched. Blockbuster had an opportunity to invest in Netflix.
Yes, they did. Yeah,
They did, yes.
What's the story again, to remind folks?
I think that Netflix was willing to, at that point, just have a buyout. Like they were willing for Blockbuster to buy them, but they didn't want to.
yeah.
So they just said, okay, we'll just start our own empire then.
Yeah, because it was Blockbuster had stores. Netflix originally were a postal service, so they would send DVDs out to you.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just by chance they started doing streaming, and Blockbuster didn't. They didn't want to do a streaming service.
So they basically send you the DVD, you'd watch it, and you'll have the package, and you put it back in the package, and you send it back, and it didn't cost you a bean because it was the send back thing was paid for, wasn't it? So yeah, it was quite good.
When they stopped posting out DVDs, the people who got the last DVDs posted were allowed to keep them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a nice little memento, isn't it?
It's very good.
Okay, so that is Soldier, everybody. Shall we leave the poll running for a bit?
Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Just to finish off, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia for Soldier.
Yeah.
If you actually watch it, there is a spinner in the wreckage on the junk planet.
Oh, wow.
Which connects it to Blade Runner. And you also find out that several of the battles that he's fought in is the Shoulder of Orion and the Tannhauser Gate, which is in Roy Batty's dying monologue.
I think I need to watch Soldier then. There's a link for P13, everybody.
Very cool.
Nice. Okay. Oh, sorry. Boomerang. Okay, so we'll leave the poll running for a bit. If we can get to 50 votes, folks, we'll close it at 50. If we can get to 50, top 2 go through. Okay, so hopefully I've got my slide order correct. This is happening, isn't it, folks?
It's interesting how on all the posters they try to hide the fact that Captain America is black because they don't want the China, markets to
be black
go or something.
New poster for Captain African American.
He's black.
Like that.
I mean, at least if that's what Disney wanted to do, they need to own it. The fact that they do this and then try to hide them in China and all these other markets, it's really pathetic.
It's cringe. It's very cringy.
Yeah.
It shows that they don't even, believe in whatever it is that they claim to believe in.
Equity. As long as
money. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be the world's biggest lecturer on who's good and who's bad, and you're going to try to pretend that some people are bad people for not liking this or not liking that, you got to be perfect. You got to do things in the most perfect way. If you pretend you're woke, you have to go all in. You can't do all of that and then do all these ambiguous posters because you think people won't want to watch it abroad.
You've got to be perfect. Price of reason.
I don't have to be perfect. I basically, like. The thing is, with me, people kind of assume that I'm kind of a douche, and it's fine. I wasn't presenting myself.
No, we don't assume.
Else. What'd you say?
No, nothing.
Hit him, Bryce. Hit him.
Melvin, you was going to say.
I was going to say you can only imagine what the posters in China actually look like. I think they're doing it like this over here, making the posters look like this over here, just so when we see the Chinese ones, we can't complain. And they go, oh, we're doing the same thing over here. But I bet they're a lot worse in China. I bet they are. They're going there expecting to see Chris Evans. They're not going to know until they get there.
When's everybody going to see it? Friday for me.
I'm seeing it Saturday.
Depends when the torrent downloads. Depends when I get my tickets to India.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm seeing it
to see this
tomorrow.
Ooh.
Are you?
The first second I could see it, I'm gonna go see it.
I was going to treat Smilex to a ticket on me, and he said, "Nah."
I thought your cinema shut down.
No, I'm having to go to a different one further away, which is annoying.
Smilex hasn't been on for a while.
He's around. He's floating around.
Yeah, I've seen him on B-sides.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to watch poop sandwich. So fair play to him. What can you do? Okay, so new poster. The embargo was lifted today, wasn't it? I do believe.
Yes, scores are appearing on Rotten Tomatoes now.
Okay, we'll get to them in a minute. But Captain America: Brave New World is projected to earn 190 million during its worldwide opening weekend via deadline.
A couple of months ago on stream, I said I reckon it would do 300 million max, and people said I was mad for saying that. I think it's going to do 300 million max.
Film Thread reviewed it. Did they like it? Do we know? Or...
No, Chris Gore hated it. The other guy, and I don't know who the other guy is, he said it was okay.
Alan Ing.
No, not him. There was a black guy on, and I don't know who it was, but he said it was. He said it was okay, but he won't recommend it.
Amelia Bedelia Raj. I'm not hate watching.
I mean, I'm only going to go and see it because I have to report back to Ian. But if I had a choice, I probably wouldn't go and see it because it does look like shit, doesn't it? It really does.
You never know, though. There might be.
Yeah, it might be good, yeah.
Chris Gore reviewed it on Nerdrotic. Woke pile of garbage with fish heads in it. Damn. Okay, go on.
I think that. Oh, sorry.
I'm interrupting. Go.
I know. No,
Go.
I don't remember what I wanted to say. I guess what I wanted to say is that I think that this movie will probably make maybe even 400 million worldwide. Maybe it'll be kind of like an Ant-Man situation. But considering that they kept filming it over and over again, at this point in time, this movie has to make like $1 billion to probably break even. It's not going to do that.
Well, they've got 2 days. I know it's out in certain places, but are they doing reshoots at the moment?
They're still reshooting it, yeah.
They've got 2 days to saw it. Okay. Matt Rich. Chris Stuckman said it was said it was whatever he normally is paid to say. Same with Grace Randolph. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, Chris Stuckman, is he still shilling for, or is he come out of his days and actually said what he feels?
He's a shill.
Still shilling.
All right. Okay.
Some hot news, everybody. Sudden Storm Wrenched. They will finish the reshoots in 2027.
No, obviously they finished it because Gore wouldn't have seen it if they didn't finish shooting, right? So they've
No, that was a preview. So
that was a preview. No, they can't.
No,
it's just kidding. It's
that was a joke.
Just like with J.J. Abrams, that people say that he's still working on Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, so it's sidestepping a little section of African American folks. Studios and theatre owners are hoping for a huge Valentine's Day. Oh, is it President's Day as well? Boost at the box office, led by the year's first superhero tentpole, Marvel Studios. # Captain African American. So it says there, aims for 90 mil. Yeah, opening 200. Is he going to do 90 US, do we think?
I think they're very optimistic.
It's very hard to tell because it's a case of how many normies do you think are going to go see this, expecting to see, classic Captain America.
Some people will go see it. I think it's going to do better than, let's say, the Marvels.
Yeah.
But I really think that between the first, second, and the second weekend, the drop, that's going to be very telling. If people go to this movie and they're just like blown away by it, or they're like just word of mouth, it's not very good. And then the dip will be really big between week and week. I mean, I think probably Ant-Man 3 started off probably with a decent first weekend, somewhat decent, but then every consecutive weekend it dropped really, really large numbers. And I think that unless Brave New World is really going to stun us here, I think that they're trying to get the most they can from the opening weekend, and it's going to be like a big dip afterwards.
Oh, well.
You gotta do better.
but
you gotta do better.
The Red Hulk that they're pushing, even though he's probably in the movie in like 7 minutes or whatever people are saying, that thing they're hoping, especially abroad when people don't understand. If you've seen some of those posters, especially in Asia, they really put a focus on the Red Hulk. And when it comes to Falcon, they really, even worse than the posters you just showed, you can't tell anything about him. Like there's a few posters that I've seen that I couldn't believe that those are real posters, but they are. Really, really focusing on the Red Hulk. So let's see if that strategy works for them.
We shall see.
Considering all the shite we've had recently and the current state of cinema, do you think 200 mil globally is okay?
For this movie, it's probably fine, but I think that if the next weekend it'll go to
second week, isn't it?
Second weekend it'll be like 50 million worldwide or 100 million worldwide. Then the next weekend 50, then like 25, then whatever. If it, let's say, ends at $400 million, it's a huge flop for them. They filmed this movie 3 times. They're not even saying how much it costs. This must have cost like $300-400 million to make. It's a kind of thing that with less than $1 billion, you're losing money.
Here you go, Rust in Peace Wrenched. It will have a 70% drop or something like damn.
I reckon it'll be more than 70%. Because you're going to get, you're going to get the shills, the insiders, and all that group of people who are going to go, and some public. But once all the insiders have seen it, they're not going to go back because they're not paid to see it more than once.
How many times do you think Grace Randolph has seen it? 30, 40, 50?
Well,
200, 400?
So I wonder how many theatres are going to be bought out by Disney, just be completely empty, but have all the tickets sold, because they've done that before.
Oh, is that what they do? Disney, they sell.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
They buy entire screens out so no one can get a ticket.
Allegedly, yes.
I think one of the criticisms of this film is that you don't know who Sam Wilson is. It's like, I think Chris Gore was talking about Captain America. You know exactly who he is. He's a guy that jumps on a grenade and tries to save people. And so you know exactly where he's coming from. But with this character, you don't know. You just presented him as Falcon, and now he's Captain America. So it's hard to feel for him. I think that's what he was saying.
I think he's Owen Wilson's secret half brother that the family doesn't like to talk about.
Wow.
Here you go, folks. Amelia Bedelia wrenched. I think it would be big in China. Yeah, I think it might do surprisingly okay in China.
Just because of how they're marketing it. The fact that they're not even showing who Captain America is in this movie, it's almost like they want to fool their audience into thinking that they'll go see Captain America and it'll be Chris Evans. So I expect there to be a big drop there as well.
No, it will be big in Iran. The Ayatollah loves Cap.
Well, do you know, look, right, I think the people of China are not that stupid. They'll see the post and they'll know that it's not Chris Evans. So.
Yeah, I think the people in China are probably smarter than us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, it's definitely a sidestep. Marvel's Captain Brave New World debuts with 48% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, in positive news, it's gone up slightly.
Oh, wow.
It's got 111 critic reviews and it's on 52%. Featuring such reviews as no blockbuster that costs this much should look so shoddy.
Well, I mean, there would look. Red Hulk is hitting his shield, right? There's no way he could survive that. Another thing,
through the fucking floor.
I saw a clip, right, where this plane was flying, and he gets his wing, and he cuts the wing of the plane, right? If I'm mistaken, because I just saw it briefly. You can't physics. You can't do that.
Wasn't Harrison's Ford plane, was it?
I don't know. It's just a clip that I saw, and I was like, "There's no way." Do you know what I mean? Once something hits that wing because of your weight, you're going to go flying. You ain't going to cut anything in half. It's just I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too far because it is a comic book thing, I guess.
Well, it's made of is it vibranium or is it?
Doesn't matter. No. Unobtainium? His wings are not made of vibranium. They're the shield.
Unobtainium.
Who cares?
Or am I mixing franchises up?
Probably.
Here you go, folks. Flav wrenched Waterspot. It's vibranium, bro.
Also, they said that the effects of the Red Hulk is terrible. It's just awful. They were saying.
Well, they were so rushed to do it, though. I mean, they kept filming it over and over again. Probably at the end, they didn't even spend the time they needed to on those.
That will be the reshoots.
Who knows?
The trillion reshoots of.
You think they added maybe just Red Hulk later on in the game because they thought to themselves, "We got to find a way to sell this because this Captain America that's not Chris Evans is not going to sell it. Let's just." Bring some Red Hulk here and maybe it'll confuse some people.
It's the fact Red Hulk is quite an obscure character to bring into it because unless you've actually read comic books, you're going to have no idea Red Hulk even exists.
That's right.
Even if you don't know, if you see a poster and there's something that looks like the Incredible Hulk, only it's red, you kind of think to yourself, what's this? Maybe I'll go watch it. That's what they're hoping for. That is their marketing strategy. Somebody sat in a room and said whatever I just said to you.
Yeah.
So like he said, fuck it, let's just put some Red Hulk here. It'll confuse some people. They won't know. They'll accidentally buy a ticket because they'll think it's interesting.
Fuck it. Yeah. Red Hulk here and there, that'll do.
That's what he said. I'm telling you that if we were sitting in the board meeting, he said probably fuck
that'll do. That'll do. Fuck it. That'll do.
That'll do, Fluffy. That'll do.
That'll do.
That's what they said.
At the top. That'll do.
But it's really funny, right? Because it seems like CGI has gotten worse as the years have gotten more. Like, for instance, if you look at the first Avengers movie and you see the Hulk in that when he's fighting Thor, everything seems to work. Like the weight of the Hulk, when he's trying to pick up the hammer, the muscles, the way he's moving for the size that he is. Do you know what I mean? Or obviously they exaggerate his speed because of the size that he is and stuff like that. But it all seems to work really well. But it seems like as they go along with CGI, the CGI has gotten worse, in my opinion.
Can you?
I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Professor R2 wrenched. Will spot. IGN gave it 5. Might as well be 2.
No, I get where you're going with the CGI. There is a clip of him with his, helmet being put on, and it's your typical nanotech. Suddenly, it just shimmery light and it appears on his head.
Boring.
Yeah.
Why don't they just have one that you can pick up and put on?
Don't know.
It just, for a start, it would be cheaper because you don't need to animate anything.
I thought the movies, when nanotech was involved, it just got a bit.
Because if you watch The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, the effects were okay with the Hulk, but he was moving too cartoony, if you know what I mean. The way he was moving, but they got it right in the Avengers with when he what's his name turned into the Hulk. They got it right. It felt right, the size of him and what he was doing. But with this one just looks like some kind of jelly.
Jelly,
the way he's moving,
red jelly.
It's kind of like red jelly thing.
Professor R2 wrenched. Will Sports. They don't pay people well enough to make good CGI anymore. Professor R2, the people at the end of there are overworked and underpaid. Melvin?
Yeah.
I think he is probably right. CGI has been an amazingly good standard for a long time, like even going back to The Matrix, right? And today it's shit, and it's like, well, what happened? And I think the difference is between the good stuff and the bad stuff is probably just the price difference. They just don't want to pay for the good stuff. Yeah, and the good stuff is probably not that expensive, but they're just paying people who are on a salary, and
okay. So what was the last good CGI good stuff?
Well,
June 2, was it June 2?
No, the Avengers, the effects in the Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie, I thought was really good.
Yeah,
everything about it worked
13
very
years
well.
ago.
Yeah. If you look at the effects now,
very good.
That Davy Jones thing with the squid face? That was amazing. That was amazing.
Avatar,
yeah. I would go as far as saying
Avatar's probably the benchmark, to be fair.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for it being bad other than they just don't want to pay for it. And as Atu said, they've got them pushing it out too fast. They don't want to pay them to do it. They just want it done. And they want to fix everything in post these days as well.
You go, by now, Rad. Disney and Marvel have to pay CGI effects very lower pay.
And also, right, the reason why the Jurassic Park effects worked because they mixed CGI with practical.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so they had they built a huge T-Rex, didn't they? And then they implemented that together with CGI. So, and also when the Velociraptors come into the kitchen and all that, some of that was a guy in a suit. Do you know what I mean? The leg shots and stuff like that. And
it's always good when you have a combination. When you have a combination between practical and CGI, I still think that's the best.
Yeah, it is. It is the best way.
Tim Kniz. Oh, my friend. They make CGI bad now, bad man. Okay.
If you've got practical effects, it also gives the actors something to respond to as well. Because if it's just sort of like you're saying, you need to be scared. This is a tennis ball on the end of a stick. Imagine it's a big monster. It's not the same as actually having this giant hulking beast staring down at you.
Yeah, I think Amelia Bedelia is right as well.
Yeah, those monkey things. I thought they were supposed to be starved baboons. Because that's what they used to do. We had baboons that starved them.
I mean, I think the last good CGI effect I saw was the Planet of the Apes films. Even the last one was pretty amazing.
Always been good.
The way they did that. Yeah.
Okay. Sidestep.
Oh, he's black in that poster. What's going on?
Captain African American debuts with the third lowest Rotten Tomatoes score in the MCU franchise. The Marvel movie landed.
Funny? I think that they wanted to do like a splat from Rotten Tomatoes, but it looks like a weed leaf.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like he's smoking
smoking weed.
Yeah, man.
It's an upside down palm tree.
Yeah, man. Okay, so it says the Marvel landed at 48% critics. Internals 47. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania 46.
Oh, it's got Liz Tyler in this as well. She's playing Betty Ross in this.
Yeah, I think this is all done.
Tyler.
Liv Tyler, sorry.
Liv Tyler. The problem with this idea is, keep in mind that she was the romantic interest to Edward Norton.
Yes.
Edward Norton is no longer in the mix here. In addition, the guy that played Thunderbolt Ross, he passed away, so they replaced him with Harrison Ford. And even Captain America isn't really Captain America. So you have all these kind of weird imposters in one movie. It's kind of strange.
It's a multiverse film.
I always call is it externals or Eternals?
Yeah.
I always call it internals.
Yeah, it's
funny.
It's really weird because this they also got the leader in this, I hear, as well, and he looks nothing like the leader. He looks more like Brainiac, apparently. So they've done a lot of things wrong in this. I don't know.
The score just went up, by the way. I think what's happening now is that like a lot of shows are lining up to give some positive reviews here. It went up to 52% at this point.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there who get some free Lego for giving a positive review, and they're earning their Lego today.
It's really funny because I was looking through the positive reviews. Some of them are actually slating it, saying it's not a very good movie, but still giving it a positive rating.
Because it's very interesting, just mediocre, isn't it? They're saying,
every single one just seems to be it's just another Marvel movie.
Yeah,
nothing stands out about it.
Right now, it won't even let you see the quote-unquote top critics. I can't even see what the top critics were saying. It's not giving you like a grade, which is very strange. The other thing is that what was I going to say?
It wasn't important.
I guess it wasn't important. No.
Did you ever see?
Oh yeah, no, I do remember. I do remember now. So what happened was that there was a time, I don't know what's happening anymore because I think this company changed hands a few times. But I can tell you that at some point, the guy that was in charge of Rotten Tomatoes was a former vice president at Disney that I believe, from what I recall, had some kind of connection to Bob Iger, or at least a decent working relationship with him.
Okay.
So I think that in the past, even though nobody would ever admit it, this is my opinion. Don't want anybody to get in trouble, just my opinion. I think that maybe there were cases where somebody just picked up the phone and said, hey, can you make it so that score doesn't change? Or can you quietly, maybe if you have some negative reviews, hold on to them for a second and only like gradually update the score. Put like a few good ones, put a few more good ones, then wait with the bad ones. I've seen a lot of strange stuff happen with this site. Now, I don't know if they still have that relationship today, but in the past there were relationships.
I think that's guaranteed. That's what happens. Guaranteed. Same with IMDb and things like that. It's all favors and payoffs and things like that. They block IMDb, negative reviews. They block negative
IMDb
reviews.
Is owned by Amazon, so you have that. So they have their own interests, but I think that out of all these offenders, probably Rotten Tomatoes used to be the worst. I don't even know who owns it now. Maybe it changed hands. There's another kind of conflict of interest. They want you to buy tickets. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes and you look at this movie, they're like reserved tickets. This next to the movie poster. They want you to buy so they can make money of you buying tickets. So just like you guys were saying that some of these reviews were negative, but they seemed that they consider them positive. I think that's something manual. I think a guy sat there and said, no, let's raise the score so a few people buy tickets and we get the commission for the tickets. It's corrupt, this whole thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Speaking of corrupt, Atom Gray wrenched. I'll shill for $50. Let's see it.
But you know what, right? All of this.
Hello, Atom.
All the problems that we're seeing with this film is all to do with the DEI shit. He should not be Captain America. But black man should not be given hand-me-downs. The whole concept of this has been solid by this DEI crap. It really has.
We've got super chat, folks. MJuke84 wrenched 2 Canadian DEI dollars. Jurassic Park had 60 VFX shots. Marvel over 2,000. Fuck. Damn. That's where all the money's going then, yes?
I can't remember which Marvel movie it was, but recently they didn't bother wearing a costume. They just wore the motion capture suit all the time and then just stitched the costume on. Yeah.
That was Endgame. Yeah, Endgame.
Yeah. So what's the bloody point of that? You're telling me it's cheaper to CGI every single frame than it is to actually just wear something.
Well, it is. But also the fact that when Robbie Downey Jr. started playing Iron Man, he used to actually have the Iron Man costume on.
Yeah.
And when we got to
really
Endgame,
great,
he had nothing on. He just had the moke suit, and that was that. Do you know what I mean? So it's gotten worse. But again, right? It's because they don't pay them well, and they got a impossible deadline. That's why the Red Hulk looks like a bowl of jelly.
Numerous reshoots, so they just busted. The CGI guys are just busting the bollocks.
Yeah. So
reshoots are always weird as well, because it's things like you can take a character and just completely remove them from the movie or add a new character in, and each set of reshoots they reckon is an average of 100 million. So if you count the fact they've had 3 reshoots, they're adding at least 300 million onto the cost of the film. It's ridiculous.
Here you go, folks. Andrew J. Salazar says, Anthony Mackie is genuinely great as Captain America, and I do hope he gets to stay in the role for the next 10 years, as he says. Marvel just needs to give him a good story. This one isn't it. 2 Hulk villains fumbled in one movie.
I'm sorry, Andrew, but you're talking shit. Basically, he should not be Captain America. Black people don't deserve hand-me-downs. They should create a character for him, which they did. He was the Falcon. So he should not be. It should be Bucky. So, Andrew, you can kiss my bum, basically.
Andrew, and this is my opinion because I don't want anybody to get into trouble. But in my opinion, Andrew is a commie asshole. And he is always kissing ass to Disney. If he's saying this, that means that it's not a good movie. He's just somehow trying to get out of it. The fact that he's not saying that it's the best thing he's ever seen tells me that this movie must not be very good.
It's the fact, it's the shit sandwich. He's positive at the front and then sort of like, nah, but it's not a good story. So,
yes, this is
hoping
like
people only read the first line.
When you see shows that are torn, because these shows don't have a lot of integrity, when even these shows are starting to feel like, man, it's going to really be difficult for me to explain that I enjoyed this movie, then you know the movie isn't good. Because they just want to tell you how good it is.
Repeating what Mackie said word for word, Fat Lover.
I mean, seriously, you can talk about all the problems surrounding this film. The main problem is the DEI shit. That's actually infiltrating our entertainment. That is the main problem. Take away that, hopefully we'll get.
I'm going to say it's gone beyond infiltrating. They actually own it now, really.
Yeah.
Amelia Bedidredged. No one deserves hand me downs. Full stop. But Mackie believes in current day discrimination to redress historical discrimination. Oh dear.
I mean, he's right about one thing. Mackie is going to be Captain America for the next 10 years because this will probably be the only Captain America movie for the next 10 years.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, let's sidestep. This is discussing film, their review. Captain America Brave New World suffers from underdeveloped plot lines, jarring CGI, and terribly edited fight scenes. Maybe that could be forgiven if the film delivered enough thrills.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
They had 4 rounds of reshoots. How can you have underdeveloped plot lines when you can reshoot them over and over and over?
Because the reason why they reshot the film is because it was full of agenda, and they realized that the film cannot survive with so much agenda. So they tried to find a middle ground, and they reshot and they reshot and they reshot, and the gender's still in there. They had screenings and people were saying no, no, and then suddenly they end up with this, and this is a compromise, and that's that.
And no choice except to release it so they don't lose money.
Well, they've got 2 days to reshoot it. They better get a move on.
It's like watching a car crash in slow motion.
2 hours of car crash on Friday. So bad, even Smilex said, Okay, I'm going to close the poll, everybody. So if you've not voted,
Mackie,
vote for your favourites. Backdraft, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China.
It's a shame,
Soldier.
really, because I really like him as an actor.
Yeah,
he doesn't deserve this.
No, he's getting the shit end. He's getting the shit end of the stick.
He doesn't care because he's making a shitload of money.
He shouldn't have accepted the job. It was really stupid.
No.
Well, it's money, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, he was making money anyway. He was making money as the Falcon. He should have known where this is going to go.
Yeah,
maybe it was a significant raise. Maybe they gave him so much money for this and the Disney Plus series that it's worth it for him.
An executive producer.
Well, it should have been Falcon and it was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, wasn't it?
And it should have become Falcon and Captain America. He could have still taken the lead.
Yeah.
You know, the Falcon could have been the big thing, and Captain America just coming in afterwards.
Right then, folks. Poll is closed. Poll complete. 70 votes. Last place, Soldier, 5%. Third place, Backdraft, 10%. Runner-up, Escape from New York, 28%. Big Trouble in Little China, 55%. So those top two going through, yeah?
That's 98%. Sorry.
You're doing numbers the racist way. Help desk.
Yeah, there you go. 98. Okay. Let's move on then.
Yeah, thank God.
We will be back Sunday to spill the beans. Spill the beans. Okay.
Stargate.
The movie version. Kurt Russell.
That was a bit
better.
It's a bit slow, this film, in the beginning. Then it kind of revs up halfway through, doesn't it? I thought. I did like it once.
I think I've only seen it once.
I've seen it once, yeah. It's all right. I liked it when I first saw it.
Anyone else?
It was an interesting concept.
Well, it was an interesting concept because it they took it an awful lot further with the shows, didn't they?
The show was fantastic.
Yeah. Spawning SG1 was just took it
fantastic
so much further. But yeah, as a movie, it's pretty good.
Why?
Well, it's just
it's Stargate. Everyone's had this whole idea of sort of like aliens, and then you get the whole concept of these gates that just link the entire galaxy together.
Same geezers as Independence Day? Dean Devlin and all those lot.
Yeah, it was, and also David Arnold did the music for this as well.
Oh yeah,
didn't it have somebody from The Crying Game in it?
Yes,
easy.
The guy that plays the woman in The Crying Game. Yeah.
So did he play a woman here too?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think did he not play a prince or something like that in this film?
Oh.
From the other world.
Ahead of the curve on that then.
I think he did.
Why did he not get nominated for an Oscar then? Or I hadn't even thought of such stuff back then.
It's kind of a mediocre movie. I remember seeing it many years ago. I actually had it on video cassette too. And even though I had it on video, I didn't watch it many times. I've maybe seen this movie twice my whole life. It's all right.
I've seen it once.
Professor R2 ranged will spot. Yes, as the alien Pharaoh Ra.
It's all linked with the
he should change his name to Rara.
Yeah.
Crying.
See what I did? I thought this, the idea, as Help Desk said, the idea was good and it had a lot of possibilities, and they explored a lot of the possibilities in 3 different TV shows and many hundreds of episodes. But this film itself, it's all kind of like Eric Von Daniken. that kind of thing. Has got an astronaut. And
doesn't James Spader fall in love with an ancient woman?
Yeah, I think
it's kind of strange.
That's the best kind. That's the kind that knows the place. And but I think the film itself could have been better. I think it was like you would call it a very good TV pilot if it was a pilot, but as a standalone film, it was kind of mid-level, wasn't it?
Apparently, Jack O'Neill and this Jack O'Neill are not the same characters. They're spelt differently, aren't they?
Well,
and they reference it in Stargate as an in joke. I'm sure they do. Or did I just make that up?
They got Independence Day because of this film. I think this is before Independence Day. So when they made this and it was a hit, they when they came up with their second idea, the studio decided to give them the money for it.
Apparently, I am correct. They do. They are not the same characters. It's a little in joke.
One's MacGyver and the other one is Kurt Russell. Do you know what I mean? So there you go.
The TV series Stargate SG-1 was very, very good. Unfortunately, after Richard Dean Anderson left, it just not quite the same.
Who was the girl in it? I fancied her.
Amanda Tapping. She was great. Yeah, she was great.
She is lovely.
Okay.
Do you know how to spell it different? Do you know how to spell it different?
Yeah, go on then.
An extra L.
Yeah. So it was true then, yeah. Okay.
That must have been for some kind of copyright reason to save them some money.
25% difference. Don't have to pay the licensing fee.
Yeah, extra L. Okay. As I said, they did reference it in the TV series. Yeah. Kind of like, not that one. I'm the other one.
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash, everybody.
I have never seen this.
It is honestly, it is such a laugh, this film. It really is. It's a lot of fun, in my opinion.
I have heard good things, but I've just never got around to it.
It's very 80s. Very 80s. What does Sylvester Stallone say? Rambo is a pussy. That's it in the film. So yeah, it's very good. I thought it was quite cool. I don't know what you guys thought of it. It was fun. Anybody remember it?
Yeah, I remember it.
Remember? I remember.
Video rental, probably.
I saw it in the cinema.
Yeah, you were rich though.
I wasn't rich.
Anybody else?
Yeah, anybody else want to mention?
Anybody else? We're to discuss it,
It was a good enough action movie. I didn't think it was extra special, but it was good to see both of these in a film, wasn't it?
Yeah,
what was the plot? Fun. Remind me of the plot again. I can't remember.
Well, they're both very successful cops, and the actual mafia guy wanted to get rid of them, so they kind of framed them, didn't they? And they both ended up in jail.
They went to prison.
They had to escape. Yeah. Look, it was so much fun. This film. They had to dress up like a woman at one point.
Is this true? Ruddy. They paid Sly and Russell in marching powder.
No, of course not. I like how Kurt Russell was the I guess the uncouth one, and Sylvester Stallone was the neat one with the suit and everything. And I thought that kind of worked very well, as because they were chalk and cheese, weren't they? So
that's how they have to do the bloody movies, though, isn't it? It's got to be an odd couple, or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That could have been the sequel. Chalk and cheese.
I know, it was it was a lot of fun, especially the climax was so over the top. It was stupid, but it was still
was Terry Hatcher in the
climax. She did that dance, mate. Whoa.
Was she the hot sister?
She was indeed.
Yeah.
Didn't
Pricey back? No.
Didn't Sylvester Stallone have a ponytail in this?
No, not in this one. Yeah, no.
Wow. Have you looked at Rotten Tomatoes? This has got 31%.
What?
And been nominated for 3 Razzies as well.
But that's the thing, you see, right? So even I remember Barry Norman didn't like Con Air because he just didn't get it, and I think a lot of people because this film is just an action silliness. That's what it's meant to be, and that's exactly what it is. And I think people are looking too deep into it. It's just it's just silly. Yeah.
It's got 6.4 on IMDb. That's about right, I would say.
Yeah.
But Barry Norman didn't like anything unless it was in French and black and white.
Sorry, one of the Razzies it's got is worst supporting actress for Kurt Russell in drag.
yeah, he dresses up like a woman.
Well, that's when the Razzies meant something, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but seriously though, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So, if you ever get a chance to watch it, you should watch it.
Any thoughts? When you ready, son?
He's not. He's out.
We'll just wait here.
No, he said he'll be back.
Just amuse yourselves.
We'll move on.
Okay, so that's Tango and Cash, everybody.
The Thing. What a great movie. What a great movie. It is, isn't it? It's one. Do you know what? Right, it failed at the box office, but again, after years had gone by, they suddenly realized this was a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece. Let me tell you,
it's a John Carpenter. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah. It is. Bypassing the effects and all that, the tension in the film was really good as well. And plus, there wasn't really any character development with the characters, but you still felt the tension, and that's how good.
It needs to be.
Well, that's how good John Carpenter was as a director. So he made you feel that tension, especially when they were all tied to the chair. Turns into the blood stuff. That was fantastic. It really was.
I love this movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Are you back?
Yes.
I love the fact that if you can speak Norwegian, you know the entire plot of the movie in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I saw this first on ITV 10:30 when I was a kid. Fucking hell, the bit where the cardiac arrest scene.
Oh, the arms going straight through. Do you know how they did that?
I know they did it.
An amputee with no arms. It's all like, that's so cool.
They put they did a mask of the guy and they put it over his face, didn't they? So it looked like it was him.
This was reissued a few years ago. It was on a Cineworld.
Yes,
looked amazing on the
digital. Yeah, fantastic film. It really, and also I love the ending. Like, some of my friends said you can tell which one's the thing.
It's all in the eyes
because the black guy, his breath wasn't coming out his mouth, but with Kurt Russell, the breath was coming out of his mouth, and I was like, really? So it's the ending is. The studio hated the ending. They did not want the film to end that way at all, but John Carpenter insisted that's the way it should end. So there you go.
Price, you like it then?
Yes, I think this is probably John Carpenter's best movie. Oh, sorry, I don't know why. It's John Carpenter's best movie.
Yeah. What, you didn't think much of Starman?
Yeah, Starman's a great movie.
Starman. I like Starman, but I think this is probably a best for Carpenter for Kurt Russell.
It is.
I agree.
It's a great movie.
Okay,
I could talk about this film for hours.
But you're not going to.
We don't have hours, so.
Favorite scene?
I think the ending where they're sharing a bottle of scotch. It's because it's that whole idea of, is one of them the alien? Could you tell which one it is? So they've just literally got to sit there until they both die, because there's no way to trust each other.
There's that line, and fuck you too.
Price, favorite scene?
I like that ending too. There's a lot of good scenes, but that ending is just very special.
Ian?
My favorite scene is the blood bit. That's a good scene. When I first saw that made me jump out of my seat. When he we'll do you last. Then he presses that thing and it comes out the little dish. I just jumped out of my seat. I thought it was amazing. I love that scene.
Melvin?
I don't think there's any bad scenes in this film.
There isn't.
But my favorite scene, probably same as Mega Geek, the bit when the guy has the heart attack and then the chest opens and it bites his arm off, and then the head comes off and grows legs. That was great.
The spider is incredible.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
The spider. Yeah, the spider's incredible. Iconic. I will say I'm getting tingles thinking about it now. The dog scene in the compound, that's a hard watch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even though you know all the dogs are not real, or most of them are not real. That's a hard watch, is that?
But what was interesting, right? They had all the
I wouldn't
tropes as
call it a
well.
hard
Like, for
watch. I think
instance, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, mate.
An uncomfortable moments.
They had the
If you like
tropes.
pets.
Like,
Sorry.
you know, in horror films when they got a torch and they walk into the dark room and suddenly the torch starts phasing out and they start banging the torch. Well, this one wasn't a torch. It was the flamethrowers, wasn't it? It's like the flamethrower wouldn't work when they needed it to.
do you know
Sorry.
there was one thing about this that it doesn't bother me about the film, but it's just like I sympathize with the position and I probably would have gone to jail for murder or something. See, when the guy that was the chef was playing the Stevie Wonder too loud and the other guy was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the Antarctic with him for 6 months or whatever. I'd have killed him. I'd have weighed it up my head right there and then. I thought it's like, how long can I take this guy doing that?
He used to be in a TV
Not 6
series
months.
called.
First time I get him on his own, he's dead and he's getting buried in the snow.
He used to be in a TV series. Do you remember? Was it Just My Luck in the 80s?
I think so. Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah.
But Windows, he was in the Warriors, wasn't he? He played Fox in the Warriors.
Here you go. Look at this, folks. Eggs BT Wrench Willow Spot. Hello, Eggs. IGN rate this 7? What? What?
IGN's a waste of time.
I don't own many DVDs.
This film is like
is
a 9.6, isn't it? This film.
It's got 85 on Rotten Tomatoes, but 92 on audience.
The only people that were well known in that film was the guy who played Rem in Logan's Run. I can't remember his name.
Wilfred, what's his face?
Yeah, Wilfred. Yeah, him.
Who was 42. He looked about 90.
Oh, Wilfred
Donald
Brimley.
Moffat. That's right.
Donald Moffat.
Yeah. Who's the black guy? Keith
David.
Yeah, Keith David. And the rest of them were all unknowns, really. Let's face it. But I love the idea that you've got nowhere to go. Anywhere you go, you're going to die if you leave that because of the snow and everything. So it's a great movie. It's a really good movie.
Oh, an incredible movie. Just right up there. Still,
but I watched at the end, the thing that even if neither of them, sorry, go on.
No, you go on.
I say even if neither of them were a thing at the end, the thing must have survived.
No, I don't think. I think it died.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
No, we can't hear us.
That's weird. Everything's gone quiet. I can hear you. I can hear you, but everything went really quiet there for a minute.
Oh, right.
But it's like
Stephen.
See when they first found the thing in the snow at the Norwegian camp.
Yeah.
Anyone? Can you hear me?
No.
Yes. This is Clem Melvin Deeply. Can you hear me? Clem Fandango.
Poor old Melv.
We'll never know.
Spotty.
Okay. I will say when I watched this at Cineworld, the one that closed on the reissue.
Yeah.
Everything looked fantastic. The only thing that was a bit iffy was when the spider starts moving. You could tell it was on like wheels.
Yeah.
Other than that, fantastic.
Well, the animation at the ending was pretty bad. The animation.
Oh, thank fuck for that. He's gone.
He'll come back.
Okay. That's the thing, everybody. What a film. What a film.
Great movie. This is another good movie. I love this movie.
This is Melvin Fandango. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah. What happened last time was I was saying, "Can you hear me?" and Brown kept saying yes when you couldn't hear me. You clearly couldn't fucking hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. This is Clem Fandango. Okay. Melvin, go first then. Tombstone, mate.
Yeah, I don't like westerns. It was gay. All them moustaches.
Was because they had moustaches. That's why they're gay.
I think back then everybody had moustaches, didn't they? Even the women.
Absolutely.
Oh, good movie. Good movie. There's nothing I can say that none of the rest of you are not going to say. Val Kilmer was amazing as Doc Holliday. Fantastic cast. So many famous actors in this.
Yes.
And it was like a faster version of the Wyatt Earp film Kevin Costner made.
Also, the secret's out, isn't it? That Kurt Russell directed half of that movie.
See a sword. Yeah. Sorry,
so there you go.
Sorry. I've never seen Tombstone.
It's really good. It's worth.
Or
I've
seen it. I've probably seen it in snippets. Or if it was on TV, my mother would have been watching it on TV, and I didn't pay any attention to it.
Do you know what Tombstone's like? Right? You remember in the 70s when you used to watch action films, any kind of actions apart from James Bond. They used to have action in it, but it was slow, and then you had action, and then you had to wait halfway through the movie to see some kind of action. Then, right, James Bond changed it slightly. Indiana Jones changed it even more, where it was like 5 minutes, then action, then action. I mean, remember when I saw Raiders of the Ark had the most action I'd ever seen in a film? Tombstone is like that. That changed the landscape of action westerns, because that was entertaining all the way through. I mean, if you watch some of the Clint Eastwood films, there'd be bits in it where it lulls and slows, but this film never suffered from it. It was pure popcorn stuff, this film.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys agree.
Wow.
I've only seen it once many years ago, but I remember liking it. I probably have to watch it again, but it had Val Kilmer in it, who I really liked him in this movie, from what I remember. And there was some the gunfight at the OK Corral or something.
Yeah, it was great.
There was some good things in this movie.
It looks like the Star Trek episode.
Yeah. Spock has to give them the mind meld at the ending. But no, it's a great film. I saw Wyatt Earp, the Kevin Costner version, and that was lit 10 times better than this film. Everything about Wyatt Earp looked fantastic, but the film was boring as hell. It really was. And that's the
They were released around the same time, weren't they? If I remember.
Yes.
That one was Silverado, right?
Yeah. No, Silverado was years before, I think.
But wasn't Silverado the one with Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but
young.
The Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp film was just called Wyatt Earp. Silverado was.
Oh, then I didn't see the Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp movie. Sorry.
Yeah, they took it too seriously.
Didn't one of them have John Cleese in them?
Silverado.
That was Silverado.
Yeah. I think his first line is something like, "As you can tell, I'm not from round here."
Yeah. It's like I'll tell you another how to compare these movies. Like the one year they had two Robin Hood films. That the British version with can't remember his name, begins with B, and then they had Kevin Costner version. The reason why Kevin Costner version worked well because it was really entertaining and over the top nonsense. The British version, they tried to make it all realistic.
Yeah,
that's why it failed.
Patrick Bergen was Robin Hood in the British.
That's
right.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with this as well. Tombstone was popcorn entertainment. Wyatt Earp was serious, slow. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them both, but I like Tombstone better.
Okay, I'm going to say I'm going to close the. Shall we do the? You got a couple of minutes to vote. A couple of minutes to vote, folks.
Tombstone.
Couple of minutes. So the options are, it says vote for your favourite, Stargate, Tango and Cash, The Thing, Tombstone. I'll leave it running for a couple more minutes. Then
it's
we'll
the
close
Thing. The Thing is going to win.
The Thing.
Yeah, okay, but who's going for second? Because it's
top two go through. I think it's.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done.
They're running away with it, aren't they?
Okay, shall we close it now then?
It's actually closer than you would expect, though.
Okay, we'll close the vote at 40 votes. So come on, folks. 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go.
There we go.
Okay. Vote or forever hold your peace. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here you go, folks. 40, poll complete, 43 votes.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Tango and Cash, last place, 2%. Third place, Stargate, 11%. Runner-up and going through, Tombstone, 34. And the winner, what a surprise. The Thing, 51%. How many percent are we missing?
Ting and rice.
98 again. So YouTube's still taking 2% off the top.
Well, it's better than fucking 30 or whatever it is.
Rice and ting. The ting.
Okay, so those will go into... Is it the final? Yes.
Don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that next time. Okay, so...
And finally... Oh! Yes, why don't you give me some money?
Ian Diaz at Ian David Diaz, that's you.
That's
Rebecca Gold is back, everybody. Our Indiegogo is live. Support our action-packed assassination thriller. Donate now and join the mission.
Yep.
I just want.
Have we got a link, by the way, to post?
If I may, even though you didn't tag me on your tweet, Mega Geek.
He doesn't like you.
That's no, it's not that. I keep forgetting to do it. No, that's not true. Because I like him.
You didn't have
tag
to.
me either.
It's okay that I wasn't tagged. But what I was going to say was, even though you didn't tag me, I've recently watched all the episodes of this, including the prologue.
Wow.
For season 2. And I actually really enjoyed what I saw. I think that you're doing something really cool here. And
cool.
People that haven't checked it out, I think you guys should check it out. I think it's nice. And if somebody like Ian is doing something, beyond us all complaining all the time, we should do what we can to support him, to make sure that he can get his...
come again.
Very nice. Very nice.
I've donated already.
Yeah, I see somebody's donated. Was it you?
Okay, so what's on offer then, Ian? What are the tiers?
Let me look it up. Hold on a sec. Where's my history?
This is, folks, this is different to the GoFundMe. You can obviously pay towards the GoFundMe if you wish, but this is for the perks. Isn't it?
Okay. So the first perk is £15. You get a credit in the film. A 25 quid, you get a social media shout out, and it'll explain, because when you click on the square, it tells you what it means. £45, you get a digital poster download, I think with people's signatures on it as well. £250, you get the sniper's mask, which we used in the movie because there's a character called the Sniper in it. 500 quid. You become an extra in the scene, but we can only accept 5 people.
Wow.
And 1,000, you could become a co-producer on the movie. And that's the perks.
I thought it was executive producer.
No, co-producer. But also, I've got an exclusive clip on the last clip at the end. There's an exclusive clip that's from the film. And also, we have at the top, the prologue scene, but it's been re-edited. It's been not re-edited. It's been regraded, and it's been put in the proper format as well. So that's not that. These are links, but it's not on the site. So these are exclusive. So if you want to watch them,
okay. So obviously you're paying for the production with your own money, are you not?
Yeah, I have been so far. Yeah.
And are you able to tell us how much it's cost, or is that a bit too rude?
No. So I think, because I can't remember, I tell you the truth, I think I've spent just less than 30 grand so far.
Of your own money?
Of my own money on this.
Damn.
But the thing is, though, it may sound like a lot, but I was paying in increments. Like when you used to rent out a VHS machine. I was paying in increments, so so it's not much of it's not a big hit, and we started 3 years ago, so
yeah, no,
we've come in towards the end, so yeah, there you go.
And how much are you looking to raise to finish Rebecca Gold off?
On the Indiegogo site, it says 20,000. But the reason why you put it so high is because Indiegogo takes a percentage of whatever in May. So if I raise $7,000 or $5,000, I that'd be great. I can finish it off without not worrying. But the reason why you put it up to 20 is because of other factors that are involved. So yeah.
Okay. I've just banned Drew Gordon by mistake. Sorry, Drew. I'll get you back after. Fucking StreamYards is shite. God. Sorry, Drew. It was a mistake. Oh, sorry, I derailed that. Okay. Yeah, I am boomering. Okay. So when are we looking to finish this then, Ian, the production?
September. I'm hoping to get it out in September.
Yeah.
But everyone on this panel will have the full version of it because I haven't decided whether I want to break it up or whether just to show it as one big thing. But with you guys, you get a digital copy where it's just the one big thing. So, and the only thing I ask of you is if you think it's good, is to shout to the heavens and tell everybody that it's good, so we can
spread the word, folks, because we've had shite for.
If you think it's crap, then tell me it's crap.
We've had shite for God knows how long, and Ian is just. This is his own money. Just you're not making anything off this. You're just losing money, aren't you, Ian?
Absolutely. But I learned quite a lot making this, so that's the whole point of doing stuff like this.
We've got a question. MGU84 Wrench, can we time out me? I need timing out. Drew, I will get you reinstated straight after, mate. Sorry, Drew. Genuine mistake. Shitty StreamYard software. Okay. That is it, folks.
Yep.
My cat howling. We number 55, everybody. So
can I give some criticism of Rebecca Gold?
Go for it.
Not hot enough.
Not enough lesbians, right?
Okay.
I don't like a nose.
I don't like a nose.
And it's obvious what one the alien's going to be.
What? Sorry? It's obvious what?
It's obvious what one the alien is going to be.
Excellent.
Rebecca Gold, season 3, this time with Hayley Atwell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love that. I've been for that.
I feel like Melvin would like the second actress more than the first.
More than the first, yeah.
That's just because I think I understand how Melvin's mind operates, and
they were both all right. I thought they were both all right.
Probably. Actually, they were both all right. But when I saw it, I thought to myself, Melvin would probably like this younger one.
Melvin has got discerning taste.
I'm glad you spend so much time thinking about me.
That's what I was thinking about. I watched it. I thought this is a good concept. I wonder what Melvin will think.
I think I've got Lindsay Headland in the third one.
That can be a spot in any stream I'm not on. What would Melvin think?
As long as you don't bring Leslie to direct it, I think you'll be okay.
Oh my God.
That is it, folks. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for turning up. Very, very short notice. Appreciate you turning up, boys and girls. Cheers for the super chats. Oh, one coming in at the death. Duke 84 wrenched, 2 Canadian woke dollars. Melvin says the hotties are Ugos? Ugos. What's that?
Ugly.
Oh, Ugos. So we can ban them, yes.
Okay. Yeah, negging. Yeah.
Treat them mean and keep them keen. I'll show you my photo album one day.
Chat, you are wonderful. As you know, we will see you next time. We were planning to do the rest of Skeleton Crew tomorrow, but that's touch and go at the moment. So, chat, we will definitely see you Sunday. So, I will thank the panel, the Mega Geek. Cheers, Ian.
Yep, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Sir Melvin of the Deeply, you're welcome in.
Nay bother Brun.
Price of Reason. Cheers, Price.
Cheers.
Cheers, Price.
Cheers. Am I supposed to plug stuff? I have a YouTube channel.
You can if you want.
Price of Reason. You could subscribe to it.
Many videos.
Many videos.
Trace of Reason Live is the best one.
Right, that's the one that Mel. There's like one subscriber to that one. It's Melvin. He just sits there and like catches me say stupid things on streams that I talk to myself.
Yeah, I've got 3 cameras pointing at my monitor when I watch your streams, just so I don't miss anything.
But you have been like sleeping for the past
he never
few weeks.
Sleeps. He never sleeps.
No, but I mean, you haven't been, focusing on it, because there were some things I said in the past few weeks. The fact that they never came back to haunt me means that you weren't paying attention.
I have been very much distracted with real world things, but I will get back to hounding you soon.
No.
All right, cool.
Okay. And last but by no means least, last minute internet help desk. Cheers, my friend.
Did you know Rebecca Black bought me a Rolex? Sorry, Rebecca Gold bought me a Rolex. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
Rebecca Black was like the one that sang Friday. Today is Friday.
Yeah. No, Rebecca Gold bought me a Rolex because her and a girlfriend asked me if I wanted anything for Christmas, and I said I want a watch.
Very good.
There you go. It wasn't worth it, but thank you for having him.
We will leave with hashtag Drew Gordon's life matters. I will sort that out afterwards. Take care, everybody. Tonight has been dedicated to the late and great Drew Gordon.